Algebra 2, homework for 4.8 day 1. Today we're dealing with simplifying and using complex imaginary numbers. In questions, here's your homework. You have to simplify each number by using the imaginary number I. So for number 8, you are going to multiply, take out a -1. This is square root of -1 times the square root of 4. So that's going to be 2i. Number 9, you're going to take out the I, or the -1, so it's going to be square root of 7i. Number 10, the square root of 15 is square root of 15, and the square root of -1 is I, so it's the square root of 15i. And for number 11, the square root of -1 is I, and the square root of 81 is 9, so it's 9i. In the questions 13, 14, 15, and 16, I'm sorry, we forgot number 12. Number 12. This one is the square root of -1 times the square root of 50. So this is going to be I. This is 2 times 25. So your answer is going to be, you've got 2 5s here, so it's 5i root 2. Or you could write 5 root 2i, same thing. The next problems, we are not going to plot these, we're going to plot these tomorrow. I just want to deal with finding the conjugate. For 13, I changed the directions here, 13. The conjugate of 2i is -2i. For number 15, it'd be 5 minus 12i. Number 15, it's 2 plus 2i. 16 is 1 plus 4i. And 17 is 3 plus 6i. These are the conjugates. For number 18, you are simplifying this and writing them in standard form. So if you just drop the parentheses, the real number is 2 plus 4, which is 6, and 4i minus I is 3i. Number 19, you're going to add -3 plus 4, which is 1, and then -5i minus 2i is -7i. So it's 1 minus 7i. Number 20, you're going to take 7 and you're going to add these two together and you're going to get 4i. 21, 12 minus 2 is 10, and then 4i. 5i minus, I'm sorry, 5, this is going to be 6i. Because 5i minus a -1 is 6. 22, this one is going to be -6 minus 1, which is -7. And then -7i minus 3i is -10i. 23, we have to FOIL. So 8 times 2 is 16. Just going to put a line through that. So 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 7 is 56i. And then plus 2i. And then plus 7i squared. Now 7i squared, that's equal to -7. So if you add -7 to this, you get 9. And then 56 and 2 is 58i. So that's the answer in standard form for 23. So again, 7 times -1 is -7, plus this is 9, and then 56 plus 2 is 58i. For 24, you have to FOIL this. -6 times 1 is -6. -6 times 3 is -18i. And then minus 5i, so that's going to give you -23i. And -5i times 3i is -15i squared, but this is going to turn into positive 15. And what is 15 minus 6? Again, it is 9, and then minus 23i. 25, this is asking you what negative 6i times negative 6i is. And negative 6 times negative 6 is 36, I squared. And I squared is negative 1, so it's negative 36. And for 26, we have 9 plus 4i, quantity squared, which is 9 plus 4i times 9 plus 4i. So 9 times 9 is 81. We have a 36i and another 36i and then a 16i squared. Well, 16i squared is negative, that's equal to negative 16. So what is 81 minus 16? That would be 65. So these two give you 65. And 36 and 36 is 72i. This is in the A plus BI format that we want. Number 27 is asking you to take 3 minus 2i over 5i, and we want you to write this by rationalizing the denominator. So we're going to multiply this by negative 5i, because that's the conjugate. So let's use paper, because we're going to run out of room. We have negative 5i times 3 is negative 15i. And then this is going to give you 10i squared over negative 25i squared. Now, this is going to go to negative 10, and this is going to go to positive 25. So you have, this is negative 10, so let's write it as negative 10 minus 15i over, this is going to go to positive 25. Now what we're going to do is simplify by dividing all of these by negative, let's just do 5. 5 is going to go in here, 5 is going to go in here, and 5 is going to go in here. So your answer is negative 2 minus 3i over 5. Negative 2 minus 3i over 5. For number 29, like I put parentheses around these, and the conjugate would be negative 1 plus 4i. Negative 1 plus 4i. So in your numerator, we have to FOIL this. Be careful. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. 4 times 4i is 16i. Negative 3i times negative 1 is positive 3i. And negative 3i times 4i is negative 12i squared. Before we simplify, let's do the denominator. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. Negative 1 times 4i is negative 4i. And then this is going to give you a plus 4i. Those are going to cancel out. And then negative 4i times positive 4i is negative 16i squared. Now let's simplify this. We have, these two are going to add to be 19i. This is going to give you a plus 12, and 12 minus 4 is 8. So it's 8 plus 19i in the numerator. In the denominator, these will cancel. This is going to go to 16. 16 and 1 is 17. That's your answer, and there is nothing you can reduce all three of these numbers by. So the answer is 8 plus 19i over 17. And we have one more, 31. Question 31, we are going to rationalize this denominator by multiplying by the conjugate 2 plus 3i over 2 plus 3i. So in the numerator, we have 4 times 2, which is 8, and 4 plus 4 times 3i is 12i. Okay, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3i is 12i. In the denominator, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3i is 6i, and then minus 6i is no I, and then minus 9i squared. So in the numerator, we're fine. We don't have anything to do but just rewrite it nicer. These will cancel, and negative 9i squared will go, this will go to 9, and 9 and 4 is 13. That should be your answer with nothing to reduce. There's no number that will go into all three of these, so you leave your answer that way. Now you may see your answer written, if it's ever broken up, it may be written as 8 thirteenths plus 12i over 13. That's another way of writing this. This would be your A value, 12 thirteenths is your B, and I is your square root of -1. We are done.